We are Kampala Adult School and we are delighted to bring you our online classes.
Welcome again to online studies. My name is Troja, a teacher at Kampala Adult School. Today we are focusing on active voice and passive voice. This is another way of conjugating, or we call it mature conjugation. So without wasting time, you are all welcome. Those from Sudan, Comoros, Congo, Eritrea, Uganda, Kenya, and so on. You are most welcome again. Thank you so much. So without delaying, let me begin. As I said, we are focusing on active voice and passive voice. Active voice and passive voice is another way of conjugating. We call it mature conjugation. So before we begin, before you know active voice and passive voice, you must know very well all tenses. I mean tense number 1 up to tense number 7. Those tenses are the present continuous tense, the simple future tense, the everyday tense, the simple past tense, the past perfect tense, the present perfect tense, and the past continuous tense. So here we are going to tense after tense. Let's begin with tense number 1, which is called let me use black marker. We have the present continuous tense. And as you know, the present continuous tense, the action is now. The action is not tomorrow or yesterday, but the action is now, right now. What are you doing now? I am cooking matoke. What are you doing now? I am reading my notes. What are you doing now? I am mopping the house. So those are examples of the present continuous tense. And before we go ahead, here I'm going to put those personal pronouns. We have I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. We call them what? Personal pronoun. So these personal pronouns, they replace names. If you don't want to use names, use personal pronouns. But if you want to use names, you leave personal pronouns. For example, I cannot say, Mom, she's going to town. No, I choose. Or I can say, Mom is going to town. If I don't want to use personal pronouns, I say, she's going to town. So these personal pronouns, when you make your sentence in active voice or passive voice, these personal pronouns change. I change to me. We, us. You remains you. Here, no change. Him, not his, him. She, her. It remains it as you. Here no change, and here also no change. They changes to them. Are we together? So this personal pronoun change to objective pronouns. These we call them personal pronouns, but these are objective pronouns. So let's go to active voice, passive voice. As I told you, we're going to move tense after tense. We are on tense number 1. I give an example. I am cooking the meat. Or I can say meat, no problem. You can put article or no article. I am cooking the meat. So this is a sentence in the present continuous tense. Why present continuous tense? Because of ing, which we call ing form. So now, if they say change this sentence in passive voice, because the sentence is already in active voice, now change it into passive voice. As I told you, before you know that, we have I. I here is our subject. I is the subject. Am is the auxiliary. Cooking comes from the verb to cook. So cooking is the verb. And the meat is object. So when you change the sentence from active voice to passive voice, or from passive voice to active voice, you are going to begin the object up to subject. Means your object is going to be your subject and your subject is going to be your object. Are we together? So when you change the present continuous tense into active voice or passive voice, our formula or the rule to use, we have subject plus verb, no plus auxiliary, it can be is or are, plus being. I know you may ask yourself, where does being come from? Being come from the present continuous tense, because we say continuous tense. And we have plus object. This is the rule. So from this example, as I told you, the sentence is already in the active way. Change it to passive voice. How will you do it? I am cooking the meat. You begin with the meat. You say the meat. And here you are going to use is, because meat is a singular word. It's not a plural word, but a singular word. So you are going to say the meat is being. I'm sorry, I forgot here something. You must put this verb in past participle. I am abbreviating. This is past participle. So this verb here, you're going to put it in the past participle. So you say the meat is being. What is the past participle of the verb to cook? Is cooked. By who? What's our subject? By I or me? You say me. As I told you, I changes to me. You can't say by I, but you say by me. So now read, the meat is being cooked by me. Let's underline here. Is being cooked. Let me give another example. The teacher is teaching English. Very good. The sentence is in the present continuous tense because of ing. The action is now. Now change the sentence into the passive voice, because the sentence is already the active voice. Now change into the passive voice. As you look at the sentence, our subject is the teacher. This is our auxiliary. Teaching comes from the verb to teach. English is our object. So our object is going to begin. You say what? English is. English is a single word. It's not a plural word. You say is. English is. What is the past participle of the verb to teach? As you remember very well, to teach is irregular verb. It's not a regular verb. Remember, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. So regular verbs, the verb in the past change to ed, and the past participle ed. As we told you here, cook change to cooked. So the past of cook is cooked, the past participle the same, cooked. But here, the past of teach is what? Taught. Past participle, taught. No change here. So you say what? English. You put the being, our being there is being taught by the teacher. Are we together? So you say English is being taught by the teacher. So if you speak like this, the teacher is teaching English, or you say English is being taught by the teacher, they are the same. No change. But as I told you, passive voice and active voice is mature conjugation. The person who speaks like this, I think he has spoken better than the person who has spoken like this. Let me give the third example before we go to another tense. Example number 3. They are playing football. They are playing football. Our subject is they. Are is the auxiliary. Playing is the verb, comes from the verb to play. Football is our object. Now look, as I told you, we are going to begin with our object. You say football. Football. Will you say are or is? As I told you, you look at the word. Football is a single word. You can't say football are. No, you say football is. Is being. You look at the verb. The verb is the regular verb, not irregular. So the past of play is played. Past participle, played. So you say football is being played by them. Are we together? Football is being played by them. Mature English. Mature conjugation. So thank you so much. I think we are done with the present continuous tense. Let's move on with tense number 2. Tense number 2. As you know, in order, our tense number 2 is the simple future tense. Simple future tense. This is time to come. Okay? Tomorrow I shall go to town. Okay? Tomorrow I shall pray. Tomorrow I shall speak English. Tomorrow I shall drive a car. So this is the simple future tense. And you remember, here the simple future tense has two auxiliaries. We have shall and will. Okay? And remember here, you can say I shall go or I will go. But you know how to use them. You know how you can say I shall or I will. I shall when you are not sure. I will when you are sure. I will go means you are sure that you will go. But I shall go, it's when you are not sure. So here, and when you say I will go and I shall go, I think you know the difference. So we can't waste our time there. Let's go ahead. Let me give the formula of the simple future tense. Here we have subject plus shall be or will be plus what? Plus our PP. I told you PP means past participle tense. Plus what? Plus object. Let me abbreviate. O means object. S means subject. So let me give you an example. As I told you, I'm going to give you 3 examples. 3 different examples. Example number 1. I shall speak Arabic. Are we together? I shall speak Arabic. This sentence is in the simple future tense. The sentence is in the active voice, change into the passive voice. Arabic. Arabic, you begin with Arabic as our object. Arabic. Yes. Arabic shall be or will be. Look at Arabic. If you replace Arabic with one personal pronoun, I think you will replace Arabic by this personal pronoun, which is it. So it, if you follow the order very well, it goes with will, not with shall. It goes with will. So you say Arabic will be. What is the past participle of the verb to speak? Spoken. So Arabic will be spoken by me. Arabic will be spoken by me. Very good. Second example. We shall understand the lesson. All together, we shall understand the lesson. Okay? The sentence is also in the simple future tense. Now change into the passive voice. Let's go. The lesson shall be or will be. As I told you, if you replace lesson by one of the personal pronoun, I think lesson will be replaced by it. So it goes with will. So you say the lesson will be. What is the past participle of the verb to understand? I think is understood. So you say the lesson will be understood by us. As I said, us becomes, or we becomes us. Mature conjugation. Okay? Please try to speak like that. Leave this one, we shall understand the lesson. We are tired of that. Use passive voice or active voice. Say, lesson will be understood by us. Let's go to the last example. You will drive. I'm trying to give you those simple examples so that you can understand. You will drive a bus. Are we together? You will drive a bus. A bus will be. We are here. What's the past participle of the verb to drive? Think driven. A bus will be driven by you. As long as you cannot change. Say, the bus will be driven by you. So I think this is the last example. as we are short of time, we shall continue next time. Thank you so much for following me. Hope you have understood very well. We shall have more examples next time. Thank you so much and God bless you.